was titled Petting Zoo, I believe. Yeah. And it's a 15-acre property with 3 different Airbnbs on it.
Just to clarify, you only have free roam of probably like an acre of it. It's a big piece of land, but they fence it off and you have a certain area that you're allowed to go.
I think it's a little bit more than an acre.
It's not.
Okay.
Coming from the same person who couldn't tell how far a mile was yesterday.
Ouch, babe, that hurt.
Just saying.
Anyways, so we stayed in a barn that was refurbished and everything. Pretty freaking awesome. It was honestly like a kid's paradise, but also made me...
It was an adult's paradise too.
Yes.
I had a great time.
It made me get in touch with my inner child.
Let's put it this way. It would be great for anything. Bachelor party, bachelorette party, a family vacation, kids, adults, whoever. It was a great time. I think anybody would enjoy that place very much.
Definitely. We got there at 3:40, right after check-in was allowed, and immediately unpacked the car and then roamed about the property so we could try to get in as much as we could before daylight, which is like 5:30 p.m. now, because we're in winter daylight savings time, which I hate.
Kind of sucks.
But we actually did pretty good. The property was really creatively done, and there was even this like massive slide.
Yeah, so they dug out like a ditch on a hill, and it goes all the way down the hill, and then they lined the hole with like PVC piping, and some of it is like completely circular, and then some of it's just like a half circle. And you have a sled. Yeah, and then you ride down. Like a plastic sled. You ride down. It's awesome. It's pretty fun. So much fun. There was also animals, hence why it was called Petting Zoo. So it was 3 different little pens, basically, and there is some goats, some bunnies. Oh, I call them pretty big pens.
Yeah, they were pretty big pens. In the back part of it, there was chickens, turkeys, peacocks, quails, a bunch of other birds.
Yep.
So we walked in to go say hello. Oh yes, and horses. So we walked in to say hello to the goats. They were eating pumpkin at the time. We walked in. They were fine for like the first 30 seconds, and then the male...
Well, they all were fine except what I assume was the dad or the head male. There was 4 of them. There was 2 little ones. It looked like a female and a male, so I thought it was a family.
I'm assuming it is, but the dad was a dick. Started chasing and headbutting John.
Terrible father, first of all.
He did not like us in there, which I understand. These random strangers are coming in. So we quickly...
Well, you made a good point yesterday. They probably get so many people in there, and a lot of them are probably kids who are not very nice to them. Not because they don't... Not unintentionally, but just because they're kids.
So they probably do have a little bit of a defense up. So we got out and then tried to go say hello to the bunnies, but they were hidden away. And then walked around. There was a garden, so we picked up some greens to go feed the bunnies and the goats. And the dad goat was eating all the food, not letting his family eat whatsoever.
He was headbutting his kids and his wife to get take their food, assuming it's their family. I'm like, dude,
survival of the fittest, I guess. Yeah. So all in all, that part of the trip of the space was incredible, though. It is a massive property, and there's all these little trinkets and hidden fun things to do on the property.
Oh yeah.
There's a little beach with beach chairs on the little pond. I think during Christmas time, they also have a lot of lights, and I've seen pictures on their Airbnb site of Christmas trees also in the place we stayed. There's also a hot tub at every single place, which was really nice.
So she forgot to kind of like explain in the very beginning. On the actual property, there is the main house, which is where the host lives, and then they have 3 other Airbnbs. So the barn we were in is a really big barn that they converted into 2 separate Airbnbs. The top floor is where we stayed, and then the bottom floor, and they each have their own full kitchen, living room, bedroom. They both, I'm assuming, ours did, I don't know if the bottom one did, but I would imagine it did, washer, dryer. They both had a hot tub, you know, big showers, so it's pretty cool the way they did it. Then there's a little cottage over by the garden and the petting zoo that was private by itself, also had a hot tub. Basically, these people did it very, very well. They definitely put some time, effort, and money into making this place fantastic for travelers. So if you are in the area or you have any other questions, definitely ask us and we'll send you the link. But go ahead, babe, sorry.
I think I'm going to attach the link anyways into the caption box, but I don't know.
I broke your train of thought, didn't I? Mm-hmm. I'm sorry for interrupting.
It's okay. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Speaking about the hot tub, we sat out there and the stars were unreal beautiful. We were actually getting the tail end of a meteor shower also. We didn't spend enough time out there to really get the full effect of it, but we did see a few. Again. No, you wanted to get out.
You were cold, but my fingers were burning.
Yeah, but you're the one who wanted to get out.
I was melting.
Okay, well, don't blame it on me. I would have sat out there for like an hour longer. Oh, I hate seeing that.
We just seen an animal on the road that was dead. We're huge animal lovers, so.
Except this one doesn't like cats.
No, I don't like cats. No offense to anybody that does like cats. I'm super allergic to cats. They're not my cup of tea. I prefer a puppy, but yeah, to each his own. What you have in your home is your own business. But if it is a cat, don't invite me over because I won't come.
Huh. Yes, this is true. Anything else to add?
You didn't really finish talking about the property. So we were walking around, and obviously it's hilly and everything. And there are cows as well. And when we were walking around, they have, I mean, I don't know if I should tell everything. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to let you guys, if you decide to go, it'll be more of a surprise. Because there really is a lot of cool stuff to see when you actually start walking around the property. And one thing, though, that I didn't love about this Airbnb is that there was no real procedures or direction or anything like that. And with a place like that, sometimes a little bit of direction would be nice. Yeah. For example, we got we got in yesterday at 3:30 and it was 4:15 when we started walking around. We only had like an hour of sunlight. So I texted the host and said, hey, we're kind of limited time. We only have like an hour of sunlight. All she said was have an adventure, which is great. And I'm all for that. But we're limited. We only have an hour of sunlight and we're only here for a night. So I wanted to have a little bit more direction. There was no checkout procedures or anything like that. So there was a couple things that could have been a little better if we're giving an honest review. Overall, the place was fantastic. Those are not really negatives. They're just things that I would have done personally different if it was my Airbnb. But
yeah, I concur. I think too, some policies and procedures put in place for playing / feeding with the animals would be great. Yeah. Especially if it is a family with kids. Yep. I mean, if a little kid was in there and that goat ran out of it could have potentially seriously injured a child if it was at head level. Yeah. So, for something like that, again, some kind of direction would be a little bit better. Also, in the barn, they had this super, super cool, in our Airbnb, obviously more for kids, but I totally went up there. It's got a ladder that goes up almost to the ceiling, and then there's this big like kids play hangout area really for anybody to go up there, and it's got netting, so you just kind of like climb up and then roll out into the netting and just hang out. However, that's pretty sweet.
Again, no directions. Like, is there a weight limit? Was I okay up there? I kind of went up there just hoping that it was going to hold me. But again, where we were saying, some direction probably would have been a little bit better for some of the things, because some of those things you could potentially hurt yourself.
Yeah, liability.
So I guess just to cover your own ass, liability for me, at least I would have done it, but you know.
But I also appreciate an Airbnb host that is very thorough in providing you with the best experience all around, because you can have a really cool, nifty place decorated well, but if the entire experience isn't held for you, then it takes away from it a little bit, I feel. And we've had our full hands.
Like that woman April from the yurt. We're staying in a yurt in Virginia in December, which you guys will get to hear about at that point. But we messaged her a question last night, and immediately she answered me with a very thorough response, which as a traveler, that's good. I like that because it makes it much more, it's a lot easier for a traveler to really know what's going on when they're going somewhere, especially if it's somewhere you've never been, which we've never been there. So, well, I think that's enough on that.
I think that's enough because we're 11 minutes in.
11 minutes.
11 minutes.
Well, we got to go to 12 because I don't do odd numbers.
Oh my gosh.
I don't like odd numbers.
We're only at 11:15.
Odd numbers don't make any sense to me, and they freak me out. I know there's a lot of people out there like that, and I know there's somebody watching this video going, "Yup, I get it. I totally get it."